have been reading some incredible YA lately. It's insane. Winter, the fourth book in the Lunar Chronicles by Marissa Meyer, one of the two. This is one of my favorite series. My least favorite book was probably Scarlet, and my most favorite is Cress. And I loved this one. Not quite as much as Cress, but still a wonderfully addictive wrap-up for the series. I do wish we got a little more time with the actual Winter storyline, which I know with so many subplots to weave together probably wasn't possible. But that was my one thing. If you haven't read this series, oh my god, just read it. It's complete. Go for it, just binge it. Okay, for book club we read Illuminati by Amy Kaufman. This is science fiction, amazing science fiction. It takes place on a fleet of ships being chased through space. The entire book is built out of records from a future investigative report on what happened. So it's all IM messages, surveillance footage, emails, etc., etc. This could have felt very gimmicky, but it actually really works very well for this plot. And the book is just really fun and engaging. It has a mad artificial intelligence, a well-written love story, humor, and pathos. Brad Pitt actually bought the film rights to this book within a month of its release. Yes, it is that good. I finished up the last book in the Dark Element series by JLA. At least I think I did. Every Last Breath is the last book, right? I really liked the first two books. I really did not like the novella Bittersweet Love. And this one was really slow for me. Layla has to make a final decision between Roth and Zane, and she's got to track down her demonic sort of brother. I liked the ending here, but the rest of the 400 pages were again just really slow for me. I don't know, what did everyone else think? The Girl of Fire and Thorns by Ray Carson. This book, for a rather popular YA book, has rather middling ratings on Goodreads. It seems to be a bit controversial, and after reading it, I can totally see why. It's about a young princess who is pretty unremarkable, not incredibly lovely, not incredibly outgoing or diplomatic, but she is a chosen one, and at 16 finds herself married to a handsome king. And I can't really tell you more than that without getting spoilery, but I can tell you that it goes on to break one of the cardinal rules of YA not once, but twice, and at 16 that would have probably really pissed me off. But now I kinda gleefully enjoyed it, and I cannot wait for book 2. If you want something unique, read this. If you want to feel safe that the world will always come up roses, this book is not for you. I continued on with the Vampire Academy series with book 5, Spirit Bound. In this one, Rose is hellbent on trying to find a cure for Dimitri's strigoidness. And I don't know, guys. I loved book 1 and I loved book 3, but I'm losing interest in the series. I just didn't find this book very interesting. Now, I hear book 6 is better. Is it better enough that I should invest in finishing the series? I read book 2 in the Unwind Astrology Unholy. I loved the first book in the series. Neil Shusterman is just such a good writer, and that good writing shines through on this book as well. I can't say I loved it though, but I definitely liked it. There are 2 more books in the series, and I'm debating whether I liked it enough to continue on with all of them. Maybe after a good break between this book and the next one. Has anyone finished the series? Should I continue on with it? So one of the early YA books that I read way back in the day was Need by Carrie Jones. I really liked it when I read it, but I've long had the suspicion that it may have been because I hadn't read much YA to that point, and I didn't have much to compare it to, so I may have overestimated its greatness. So I decided to reread it to find out, and oh my god, Zara drove me insane! She's supposed to be, what, 16, 17, somewhere in there? But her thought processes are about at the level of an 11-year-old. She's just not authentically written like a teenager. And I promise you, this is not giving too much credit to teenagers. They are way smarter than this girl is. I do like how the ending isn't trite and neatly wrapped up. Hard decisions are hard decisions that leave you unsettled. I like that. But I've read so many way better YA books since I first read this book, so I actually downgraded my star rating on this one. Any books that you've reread and downgraded now that you've read more in a genre, and what is the newest and greatest in the young adult genre that I should be reading?